Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456 and welcome to my annual DLC video. Every single time a DLC comes out, I do one of these mega videos where I show you everything that is in the update, all of the upgrades, all of the cars, all of the guns, everything that is included in the update. I show you guys in one mega video. And here are the stats on my last one. If we can beat that many like ratings, that would be absolutely amazing. It's going to be hard, but I think we can do it. So if you do end up enjoying, be sure to leave a like. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate the support on the videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this mega video about the I Am Not A Hipster update for GTA Online. So let's go ahead and start off with the guns first, just because there are only two of them and there are a lot of different cars to go over. So we can go ahead and get these out of the way real quick. So what you need to do is go to ammunition. If you are in single player, you automatically have these. But the first is the antique Cavalry Dagger. It will cost you about 2,000, and the next one up is the vintage pistol. That will cost you about 3,000, along with a little bit more for some upgrades. The only other upgrades you can put on it are the extend clip and the suppressor, and then you can change the color of it. I honestly think the orange tint looks the best, but anyway, that's just personal choice. Here's a little bit of gameplay using them. They're not the most exciting weapons in the game. We already have a knife that works exactly the same. This one just looks a little bit differently, and the pistol is just pretty much like any other pistol. So I mean, not the greatest update on the gun side of things, but then again, nothing's really game changing when it's come to guns so far. If we get some sort of explosive or new something where we can use it to just like blow people up, or Molotov cocktails or something like that, that would be cool. But again, guns are not that great in this update. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the cars, which on the contrary are great overall. So let's go ahead and jump into these. So starting it off with one of the best here, we have the Benefactor Panto. This thing is a smart car. It is so much fun to drive, and the description of it says, the giant German car makers leap into the micro market designed for narrow parking space deprived roads of Europe. This is sure to stick out on the 8-lane freeways and in the mile-wide parking lots of Los Santos until you get crushed by an SUV driven by an over-medicated housewife. So this will cost you $85,000. The upgrades on it are pretty cool. You can get some sticker bomb stuff. You can get some different spoilers, some different exhaust ports, as you were seeing there. Really cool overall, and I really enjoy seeing this one and really enjoy driving this one. It is super fun because whenever you kind of spin out, you can just do like 360s, 720s, do things just by holding the handbrake and turning super fast. It's really fun to drive, and just driving around a little bit, you'll see I definitely recommend this one for buying and actually using inside of your garage. So next up, we have the Lampaditi Pigalle. This is the most expensive vehicle in the I Am Not A Hipster update. It's going to run you $400,000. The description of it says, the French design and Italian construction, so expect style over substance and regular breakdowns of the Pigalle. A high-performance coupe is the icons of 70s motoring. Bad taste. No wonder it was ironically disposed. No wonder the ironically disposed. Love it. I really enjoyed the upgrades on this one. The overall car, it's not my favorite. It's definitely not. I wouldn't ever guess this is the most expensive car in the update at $400,000, but it's very fast overall, and there are some cool upgrades. I really like the ski roof on it, and overall, it's not a bad choice. It's not my favorite, but again, it's not a bad choice. So let's go ahead and move on to the next car. And here we have the Vapid Blade. This car is going to run you about $160,000. Overall, this car is relatively meh as well. It says, perhaps the classic American muscle car, compact four-door sedan made for the greatest generation, lusted after by jaded children. Cheap to make and one of the highest-selling new cars in American history. This is what classic American cars were once all about. So the upgrades for this are pretty cool. You can put a lot of different things on the hood. Very neat overall. And I do kind of like the slant that it has. It has the low-ride back wheels going up to the high-ride front wheels, and especially when you put the suspension on it, I really like the way it looks. And overall, I'd give this car about a 7 out of 10. I'd say that's my rating on it. I do enjoy it, and I do think it's pretty fast. However, not really my car of choice. Not really my style. I kind of like the supercars a little bit better. So anyway, like the way it looks, but let's go ahead and move on to the next car. And bada bing, bada boom, we have the Vulcan Warrener. The description of this one says, the legendary Swedish four-door sedan, all the boxy design of a 1980s Vulcan with none of the reliability for lovers of tight jeans, microbreweries, and 70s cop shows. This one is going to run you $120,000, and overall, I actually really like the design of this one. I kind of after picking the spoiler, or not the spoiler, the exhaust here, I kind of decided to make it look ridiculous with the chrome and everything like that. But overall, I like the design of the car. Some of the different upgrades are really cool. It has a couple of unique ones, such as the taped over headlights, which I do enjoy, and the spoiler that is actually attached to the car, but it is still a spoiler. Looks kind of weird. It looks kind of different, but overall, I really like the design of the car, and I do think this one is worth the $120,000 simply because it's not too expensive, and with all the upgrades, it can get pretty fast for just not a lot of money at all. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next car. So coming in hot with our third to last car, this DLC has so many cars added into it, and I think this is the third to last one. We have the Benefactor Glendale. This one is going to run you $200,000, and the description of it says, what's known in the trade as a drug dealer's car, the 1990s luxury German four-door sedan turned 2010's roving depot for stepped-on cocaine. Expect to be stopped by cops and stuck up by junkies. So overall, I do really like the additions to this. The one thing this DLC does do really well is all the different kind of like body upgrades, the things that you can put on it. And I really suggest putting a light blue on this vehicle because it looks so cool. And then the way the colors mesh together with the black and the way the stripe looks on the back, I really love it overall. And the stuff on top just kind of adds in that like, I don't know, difference. Because I mean, all the cars are relatively similar, but whenever you add in like the stuff on the trunk or the stuff on the top of the hood, it's very cool. And I really like those upgrades. So anyway, let's get on to our second to last vehicle. And here we have what I'd like to call the space car. The D-Class Rhapsody is going to run you $140,000, and the description of it says, nothing says post-irony like a retro-futuristic American jelly bean car. Small with wide glass to showcase your samurai bun and allow for 360 degrees snapback photography. So this one is just really funny overall, and I actually really love this car. I mean, I probably will end up taking the thing off of the hood. I just kind of wanted to show off all the different modifications you can do on it. But along with the fire, I do think this car looks very cool overall, and I definitely will be using this one, especially with the pink tire smoke, which was one thing that I'm going to be covering in just a second here. All the different things that were added in to the High Life, the I'm Not A Hipster update, and I really enjoy this car. So let's go ahead and move on to the big daddy of them all, the 6x6. And here it is, the Dusta 6x6, running you $249,000. It says, is it an SUV? Is it a muscle car? Is it a serious military hardware for the oligarch market? It's all of the above with 6 wheels and bulletproof shell if you pay for the extras. No dictator or business leader should be seen without it. This thing is absolutely hilarious and just so awesome. It is an absolute tank, and I really enjoy this one. This is going to be the ultimate heist vehicle. You will have to be level 100 to buy it, and it will run you $249,000 on the Warstock Cash and Carry website because it's not even a car. It does have a level requirement and everything like that, but overall, this thing is a beast. You can just plow through cars, especially if you get all the upgrades and the armor upgrades. Highly recommend you get the armor upgrades just because if you don't, then you're going to kind of be pushed around by all these other cars. The only thing I will say is it is relatively easy to flip if you just kind of like run up on a car just because it's, I don't know, it's very uneven in the fact that it can tip over very easily. But overall, this thing is absolutely beast. You can fit up to 6 people in it, and I really would recommend getting this one just because, I mean, how many other cars can fit 6 people and have 6 wheels? That is just absolutely awesome, and really goes by the 6x6, living up to its name. So anyway, let's go to move on to the next part of this video. So now I'm going to be showing you everything that you can now buy on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website that you could not buy before, included in the I'm Not A Hipster update. And first up is the Karin Rebel. This one will run you $22,000. This is different than the Karin Rusty Rebel, which will only run you $3,000. So this is just a nicer version of the Rebel that you can now buy. The next thing up is the part of the I'm Not A Hipster update is the Dundreary Regina, running you $8,000. The BF Surfer, running you $11,000. The Bravado Youga, running you $16,000. The Albany Primo, running you $9,000. The Bravado Buffalo, running you $35,000. The Bravado Buffalo S, running you $96,000. And the Obey Tailgater, running you $55,000. And last but not least, all the way down at the bottom, we have the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer, which is Trevor's Blazer, running you $69,000. This thing is absolutely awesome, and now you can actually buy it. You don't have to do the single to multiplayer glitch anymore. You can just buy it and have it in your garage and mess around with it there. So these are all the different cars that were added in with the I'm Not A Hipster update. So let's go to move on to the mod shop. Moving into the mod shop and all the different things that were added in here, you can go to respray, you can go to primary or secondary color, go down to metals, and you can actually put on a pure gold or brushed gold paint job. Now, pure gold is going to run you $50,000. Brushed gold is going to run you $45,000. They just kind of like reflect the light differently. I actually like the brushed gold a little bit better, but again, those are very cool. Obviously, it's not $1 million like we originally thought it would be, but that's I guess that's for the best because it's not super expensive now. So now you can go down to wheels, you can go to wheel accessories, and you can now put on pink or brown tire smoke, depending on what you want. I mean, brown isn't that great. Pink smoke is going to run you $22,500. Brown is going to run you $16,500, which we were right about a long time ago whenever that came out. And now you can also go down to windows. You can put on the pure black window tint. It will not affect your front windshield, but the rest of your windows obviously will be like pretty much invisible to see through. You can't see through them, and as you can see there, that's a pretty huge difference. So the only other thing that was added in with this update is you can go down to your horn, and with your horn you can actually put on, I think, three or four ones. There's Jazz Horn 1, Jazz Horn 2, Jazz Horn 3, and Jazz Horn Loop. So I'm actually going to throw that one on here, and I'm going to show you one of the cool effects of that real quick. So just real fast, if you listen in the background, the faster you go as you're moving, the more sped up this little jazz loop will get. If you're going super fast, it'll be like dun 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 dun. But if you're just completely stopped, it'll be a dun 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 dun. So you can kind of hear it in the background. You can try it out for yourself. But anyway, we're getting on to 10 minutes here, so let's move on to the next part. So pretty much what wraps up this DLC are all the new hairstyles and clothes and mask available now. Now, unfortunately, my mask have glitched out, and I cannot even access my mask on the game. I go up to the stand, and it will not let me access the mask. So unfortunately, cannot help you guys out with looking at those, but obviously you can just go to Vespucci Mask Shop, look at all those, but here are all the different clothes that you can buy. And that's going to about wrap up this DLC update, guys. This is a long video just because there are a lot of cars, and I like to cover those pretty in-depth. So if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. This video took me about 4 hours to do. I've been up since very early this morning. So if you did enjoy, be sure to leave that like. That'd be very much appreciated. And be sure to subscribe for Heist coming out soon. Obviously, we did not get Heist this week or this month, so maybe next month we might be getting Heist. Not really sure what's going on with that, but I'll be keeping you guys updated on everything GTA related with daily GTA 5 videos. So if you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe. You can check out all my other videos. I did a weird glitch video where you can make Franklin look like a complete monster. You can check that out in the description down below. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. My name is NoJ456. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.